What's your dream amount of money you want to make in a year? Like right now. Take the second, think about that, let that thought pop up, and now multiply that by 5. Get that number, pause right here if you need to, take about 30 seconds to think about that, and just let it marinate with you. Just feel the feelings you would feel, and let your thoughts just build. See what other thinking comes up for you as you think about that number and you making it. Just kind of let the roller coaster of thoughts come and sit there and think about 30 seconds. After I asked the first question about how much money you want to make in a year, the thought probably pops into your head immediately. And that's what a thought is. Something that immediately and like spontaneously occurs, kind of comes, I don't want to sound cringy, but it comes from the universe. It's like something that just pops up your brain, finds the answer for you. But thought and thinking are different. Thinking is what you do whenever I told you to think about multiplying that by 5 and like actually think about the number. You kind of build from the initial thought. So the initial thought's the first thing you think of, and thinking is as you just continue to build on that thought. Now, if you actually sat for 30 seconds and thought about that number, if you're like most people, you probably thought about how it's unrealistic, you can never do that, it's just out of your reach, nobody in your family's ever done it before. Maybe you were just saying you're not capable enough to do that, or that you don't need that much money. Your brain was thinking about that, you were kind of rationalizing with it, talking yourself out of it. So the thought is your initial thought. If you don't think about it and just go do it, your brain gives you the answer. But you thinking about it, you talk yourself out of it, give yourself limiting beliefs, you're literally tricking yourself into thinking you can't do this, you can't achieve this. And it's not just directed towards money. Whatever your goals are, maybe you want to get a good physique, get in the gym, maybe you haven't been doing that, maybe you want to get a new job, it could be any goal. But whenever you sit and think about it, you talk yourself out of it. It could be approaching a girl that you want to go talk to. Think about that actually. Think about a scenario, you see a pretty girl, and you want to go up and talk to her. Now, think about the second before you're about to do it. Your brain's telling you, like, oh no, she don't want to talk to me, or I'm not good enough to go talk to her. You're fine. Your brain gives you excuses to not go do it. It gives you a reason not to get out of it. If you just had that initial thought and say, okay, I want to talk to her, you would go talk to her. That's what you actually want to do, that initial thought. But your thinking talks you out of it. So your thinking is giving you limited beliefs. It's limiting you from what you can actually go and do. You can do anything. If you actually put your mind to it and don't think, just go and do it, you'd be good. But along with the limiting beliefs, you're also judging yourself and critiquing yourself, critiquing your ability to go do things. If I just gave the example of the girl, you're judging your ability to go talk to her. Maybe you think, oh, I don't know what to say. You're judging your ability to socialize, go talk to somebody, instead of just going and doing it. You're giving yourself a reason out, you're judging yourself, critiquing yourself. So whenever you're going towards your goal, or if you have a goal pop up, don't just disregard it because you think you're not capable. Go and do it. Just don't think about it and just go. I can give you examples from my personal life. So whenever I was about 17, 18 years old, I started going to the gym and working out because I was like 120, 130 pounds. I told this story a lot. But what I haven't said is whenever I first started, the whole time I was like, why am I even doing this? I'm just starting, I'm not strong, I'm really weak, I'm super skinny. It's not like I'm just gonna magically get bigger, right? My brain was telling me all these things trying to convince me to not go. It's uncomfortable, right? I obviously didn't want to go in the gym, I didn't like it at first. It was something uncomfortable to me. So my brain's rationalizing, I'm just being a monkey telling me I shouldn't go and do this because this. But what did I do? I ignored those thoughts, or I ignored the thinking. The thought was I wanted to get in the gym, I wanted to get bigger. But I ignored the thinking of, I can't do this because this. I'm weak. I'm skinny. Obviously, I'm going to be weak and skinny at the start. But with any skill, you build it up over time. The more you do it, the better you get. And gradually over time, I've been going 5-6 years now. Currently I've gained 40 pounds. Over time, I gained like 80 pounds. And I learned process of time. I'm super strong now. So if I were to listen to my mind at the beginning, I would be 120 pounds to 130 pounds still. I'd be super weak. So don't listen to that thinking that tries to get you out of it. Thoughts create, thinking destroys. Whatever your thoughts are, they're there for a reason. Whatever pops up into your head of what you want to go and achieve, you genuinely want to do it deep down. But you start thinking about it and it destroys that goal, it destroys that ambition. So stop thinking about it. Just have the thought and go and do it. Even if you do think about it, just disregard it. Go and do it anyways. Which is what I did. And also, doing YouTube, this is another example. At first, I've been having a thought that I wanted to do YouTube for a long time. But so I've been doing this for about 3 months now. I'd say I've been consistently posting about 3 months. But a year before that is whenever I had the initial urge, like, okay, I'm about to start posting. I'm about to actually go all in on this. I made about 2 videos, and I actually have them privately right now because they were so bad. But I made 2 videos, and I was like, man, these are so shit. And I started thinking about it. I was like, man, I'm so bad at talking to the camera. I hate how I look on camera. I don't want to be on camera because I feel uncomfortable looking at myself. I'm so bad at talking. I lose my train of thought so much. All these, I was just thinking so much about it, and it made me quit. I stopped for a whole year. A whole year. Think about that. I'd be a year ahead right now if I would have actually stuck to it. And if you look at my first video whenever I started back compared to now, you'll see how much better I am at talking to the camera, how much more comfortable it feels for me, how much more comfortable I look. You'll see that just watching. It's like a flow state for me now. I can just talk to the camera without even thinking, and I actually enjoy it too. Whenever I first started, I hated it. Sitting here was like a chore. I was like, I want to get in front of the camera, and I feel more comfortable in front of it now. Even like looking at myself, how I said I felt ugly on camera. I can see myself on camera now. It's like, okay, that's just me. But the big thing for me, a big reason I wanted to do it, obviously, is for the business aspect. But you develop so many skills, so I saw that as a positive. So whenever I started again this time, I'd be thinking, I was like, man, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. It's like, who's going to listen to me? Why would the people want to watch me instead of somebody who's already big? That's another thought that I had. But I disregard these things, and I continue doing it. It's a goal that I want to achieve. It's something I want in my life. So I'm going to go and do it. I align my life with my goals. I don't let my thinking disrupt me. Some days I still wake up, I'm like, man, why am I still doing YouTube? It's not going to do anything for me. It's not doing great already. But here I am, exceeding my expectations, continually getting better. And that could be you. With whatever your goal you have, that could literally be you. Whatever it is. Obviously, you're going to have different goals than me. You're going to have different aspirations than me. But you can do the same thing. If you think of something and you're like, man, I can't do it, but you really want to do it, just try to do it anyways. Ignore your thoughts. Ignore your thinking. Acknowledge your thoughts. Ignore your thinking. And just build from there. Align your life to whatever that goal is. Keep doing that shit. And you're going to get better. You might not be the greatest at first. But that's the whole point of building a skill. And that the journey is the most fun part too. Like right now, thinking about what I'm doing, I can find a sense of fulfillment and joy from this because I know if I do blow up in the future and my YouTube gets big, I'm gonna remember thinking back to this. And I'm like, okay, that was fun the whole time. Same with the gym. Now that I've actually succeeded in the gym, I look back at the whole 5-6 years that I've been training, working out, and I'm like, damn, it was so worth it. I wish I would have started sooner. And I see that my limiting beliefs at the start were just shattered, broken. And already with YouTube, I've been doing it for 3 months. I thought I'd still have like 10 subscribers right now. I'm already above 300. So I can already appreciate what I'm doing. And again, that could be you. Just set your goals, go out and do them, and you'll feel the fulfillment and joy that you get from it. Like I'm feeling. And you probably felt before in your life, whenever you have ignored your brain, ignored your thoughts. So keep this in mind whenever you're setting your goals. Don't talk yourself out of them. Actually go through with them. But it's the whole video. I make self-improvement videos, mental health, physical health, a lot of goal-oriented stuff. I've been really into that lately. And mental stuff is a big focus of mine too. I do coaching for physical or personal training, like in the gym, and also do self-improvement coaching. If you might be interested in either of those, there's a link in the description. But besides that, if you're interested in the content, please subscribe, leave a comment, good thing to add, and I'll see you boys in the next video. If you got any goals, go out, make that shit happen. Always remember that.